quote that comes to mind today is, God loves us too much to indulge our every whim. All of us have desires and wishes, but sometimes what we want may not be the best thing for us in the long term. And so, once upon a time, Dia was doing everything she could to keep the relationship going, and it was not going well at all. If Saurav loved her with the passion that was 100th the amount he loved himself, she would have been happy. Saurav loved himself more than he loved anyone else. That made him selfish in his relationship. There were two people for him in a relationship, he and himself. Dia's parents had warned her against live-in relationships. Her friends had warned her against the man himself, but she had turned a deaf ear. How she wished she had listened to all of them. The problem with love is that when things go south, the happy memories hold you back from leaving. Your need to believe that the happy memories would come back one day is so strong that the dark reality just pales in front of it. You just keep wishing. Dia did that too. She was ready to wait for the old sorrow to resurface. Maybe he would realize, maybe everything would be okay. If she just waited and tried harder. A friend told her about the temple on the hill, told her it was very powerful. When you prayed there, all your prayers were answered. Dia decided to go to the temple. She needed some hope, a chance, a miracle. Early on a Saturday, she trudged up the mountain and prayed to the deity to make her relationship work. She could not live without sorrow, and God had to grant her wish. On her way out, she met an old beggar, stretching his hand out with a begging bowl. She put some change into it. The old beggar smiled and said enigmatically, "You're kind, but you don't pray right." Dia was taken aback by surprise, but told herself that it was just the blabbering of a decaying mind and walked away. Another Saturday, things with sorrow were no better, worse if possible. She prayed, and then when she came out of the temple, she met the old beggar again. Some more change in his begging bowl, and he repeated the same words as he had earlier. "You're kind, but you don't pray right." This time, Dia decided to ask him what he meant, and the answer was even more puzzling. "Don't you see? God is giving you what you want." Dia thought about the old beggar all week, and early on Saturday morning, she finally figured what the beggar meant. Later that day, when she went to the temple, she asked God not to give her what she wanted, but what was right for her. When she stepped out, she saw the old beggar smiling. "You prayed right. Take this from me." From his begging bowl, the beggar gave her a large silver coin. Early on Sunday morning, Saurav told her that he was leaving her. It was hard, it was painful, but she knew that her prayers were being answered. God was doing not what she wanted, but what was right for her. A week later, she decided to pay the old beggar a visit and to thank him for his advice, but he was nowhere to be found. The priest met her searching eyes and asked who she was looking for. "The old beggar," she answered. The priest smiled. "Ah, you met the old beggar. Asked you to pray right, didn't he?" Many devotees have seen him over the decades. No one knows who he is and where he comes from. Also, not everyone sees him. Dia wondered if the God she met was inside or outside the temple.